Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. Today we're going to be taking out our newest recruit, Napalm. Clearly a nickname, but why? Perhaps the marred flesh on his face looks as though he has been burned. Maybe people are not very good at diagnosing leprosy. Who knows? He doesn't have the greatest of skills, in my opinion. Like, I like Hue and maybe Purge and Revenge. I actually think these first four are generally better. Withstand, Solemnity, Intimidate are okay. As long as he's, can stand up front chopping, I'd say he should be alright, though. We're going to go ahead and delve into another medium mission here in the Weald, which doesn't have the greatest reward, as we already actually have a Blighting Satchel for our one Grave Robber, but we're a bit deed-starved. We could certainly use those, and of our medium missions, it's the only one that is not a higher level, as the runes have finally kind of leveled up on us. I want to wait a bit until we've got kind of a fully geared up level 2 crew, which we're not really anywhere near just yet, before we worry at all about taking on some of these starting bosses. So this makes the most sense now. I also kind of feel like I don't want to stop having fun by any means, but I need to kind of buckle down as the deaths in the estate have been coming fast and furious, and if we have any hope of assailing the Darkest Dungeon itself, we're going to need to survive this. So maybe, Nuns with Puns is a party comp, better left to time when not quite so much is riding on your ability to survive. At least that's what I'm going to choose to have learned from all of this. I do think this party comp is totally fine. We've got a dedicated healer. The Plague Doctor should be doing great in here. We've got 2 heavy-hitting damage dealers up front, etc., etc. We're going to take a pretty decent smattering of supplies as well. Bring in the keys, just because heirlooms actually matter now. And we could always scout for a secret room, and if we do, we want to have that skeleton key with us. Plenty of shovels. It is, a shovel-heavy area, so totally makes sense. And I think that should do it for our provisioning. It has actually been a couple of days since I've played. Basically, I've been super enamored with Overfall, and have been playing a whole lot of that in my spare time. If you haven't checked it out, I encourage you to do so. I think the game is super fun and hilarious, and not quite as soul-crushing as an atmosphere as Darkest Dungeon sometimes tends to be. Although I've died plenty there as well.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Don't get me wrong, it's not like the game is easy, it's just that it's not quite so soul-crushing when you're defeated there. It feels a little more lighthearted at times. You know what? This actually might be a decent enough time for Intimidate.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, it did resist the debuff, but I got 1 kill off of it, so I'm pretty okay with that. That
press disadvantage.
Judgment.
Give them no quarter.
Actually hits super hard, which is awesome. This isn't really all that critical. Now, and of course, if they resist it, it's even worse. Good dodge, though. Can we repeat that? We cannot repeat that. Oh my god, the Red Plague? Are you kidding me? Well, at least our Plague Doctor is able to deal with plagues at camp. Maybe? Actually... No? Yes, self-only, remove disease. Okay. Wasn't quite sure if she had that or not.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Well, they managed to get off a... Oh my god, really? Don't play with bugs, kids. They can carry disease. It's awful. Well, she's stunned, so she's not going to heal herself.
As the enemy crumbles.
Okay. Well, poor Coco. So both Coco and Montar have managed to get the Red Plague. Oh god. That bleed resist, though. Actually, it's kind of hilarious. 3 of our 4 characters now have 0% bleed resist, as the leper comes with it. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh. Alright, we're gonna be okay. We can do this. Hit some mummified remains up with a little bandaging. Ooh, that bleed amulet, though. Awesome. We did get one. I think I've equipped it to Quinn. But Rhapsody could certainly use one back at the manor. So I'm super excited to see it. That is a ton of food. You know what? Since that is actually so much food, why not? I don't think we're going to need 30 food by the time we're done here. And we also managed to scout. It's not going to reach very far as we're in a dead end, but it is something. Oh, man. I'm really nervous about running into a pack of dogs. What with our 0% bleed resist, like that would be terrible. Can you imagine if I had brought an occultist with me as my healer for this? That would just be... Well, guess I didn't need to eat earlier. That would have been awful. It has a lock on it. Yeah. Valuables. More food. Not exactly the most important thing for us at the moment. Alright, Montar, you're our best bet, and you do pull through in the clinch. Okay. Well, at least we don't have any marking fungal things paired with these guys. Yeah, that's a thing that happened, though. Okay. Oh man, I meant to trade out skills. Should actually remember to do that after this fight. It's okay though. That double blight will end both of their lives fairly quickly. And now the question is, I don't think it's going to be worth it to move back here, right? Like, let's just try to land our debuffs, and we'll let Napalm focus the front guy. Good miss. And less good. Okay. And then we'll do another one of these. Awesome. Both of the witches are going to get just one more action against us then. And in fact, maybe not even that many. Okay. So she'll get to go once, throw out a little bit of stress at us. It's a little rough on a level 0
Slowly,
character.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
We'll continue to remove his accuracy and damage, and then just focus on the one guy that can still hurt us. See, I'm not super worried about 2 damage attacks. That's something we can live with. 3 is a little bit worse, not gonna lie. Does have some pretty beefy blight resist, but we can get through it. Awesome. And then, you know what? Let's pull up our accuracy. This might just be the...
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Might just be the push that Napalm needs. Yeah. And we basically made this back guy useless, right? Okay. He'll die from the blight. And we can all just focus that guy who's doing very poor damage. There's maybe a little bit of healing that I might want to do here. But otherwise, I think we'll be fine. Marking... You know, that's weird. They have ridden the marked, right? Like, what? Which I've just realized may have made this actually a terrible idea the entire time I've been doing it. But why have they never attacked him?
Death by inches.
Will it not hit the back ranks? I swear it does. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm struggling to remember a time when anything but my front party members have been ripped apart by these guys. But you know, Mr. Potato there has been marking himself, and so far it has done nothing negative to him, which is a little bit strange.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright, so the party shuffle was a little frustrating. Not gonna lie. Traveler's tent, map of the area, totally awesome. And... okay, tells us that we can avoid going this way, also avoids eating 2 of our shovels due to obstacles. Yeah. But you know what, let's just step right outside, we'll grab the box. And it was empty. It was a good idea in theory, okay? And then instead we'll head this way. And maybe the pack will be less empty. Indeed it was. Okay. Gonna get our light levels back up and prepped for some more stress dealers. Okay. Accusation actually not as bad as stressful incantation. Yeah, by quite a bit actually. You know what? Let's smite you down. Conveniently, Coco is actually needing some healing, so the Judgment's self-heal is pretty useful there too. Debuff is only 15%. Only a 79% base though. I wonder. I do 11 into 3. Oh man, so much math. Theoretically, I could kill one of these guys in 2 turns, so you know what, let's just do it. I was thinking about, you know, if this fight was going to last long enough, we might accuracy and damage debuff them just repeatedly. But, yeah, you know, I don't think it's going to be necessary here. Another one of these. Awesome. We can act before him. Judgment will probably put him into deadly territory. We did not, though. Alright. Napalm, I think your first outing might end in a little bit of a stressful panic. Not gonna lie. So both of these guys are going down, down, down. So you know what? I'll just contribute some damage up here. Gets him down to 7. So we should be able to kill him between the 2 of us. Does Intimidate do... it can do 2. It does do 2. We get the debuff? We get the debuff. Awesome. You know, he doesn't miss, but a little bit reduced damage. I can live with that.
Death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And that blight is awesome on a character with 33% protection. I'm super happy to have damage over time. Alright. Should just need to get the tiniest bit of damage on him. So, let's spend a little bit healing here. This guy will pretty easily go down. There we go.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Now we're going to see at least one more combat here before we can camp. And I'm wondering, do we camp then? Napalm stress is getting a little troubling. Let's see if we, oh great. Well, let's see how this fight turns out first. You know what? Emboldening Vapors. You are going to swing for the fences, my friend. Let's just hit him. Hit him hard. Okay. Waiting for it. Yeah, mark prey. There we go. And it crits. Dodge down. Man, everything about that just synergizes in an awful way, right? You get marked, reduce dodge. These guys have an attack that does enhanced damage to you. Just everything about it is real ugly. Down to 5. Whoa. Okay. We're gonna double down on this strategy. We're gonna put a lot of faith into you, Napalm. You're new, but you're carrying a big stick. So you know what? I'm actually not gonna do like, this is something I get yelled at a lot for. I would do so much more damage to this guy than I need to do to this guy. And I'm hoping that the Raging Potato can get in a swing first. That takes him down instead, and it fails. So, you know, that's totally my my miscalculation. And that 5 damage did not need to happen to him. But oh well. We're going to start spreading their marks now. They've realized. Interesting. Actually, kind of a terrible strategy, as he was sort of nearing death's door. Alright. 1 down. Continue to embolden. And why am I doing that? Like, my thought there being, of course, that trying to blight these guys with their 60% blight resist probably not going to go as well as I want it to. And so I might as well focus on something else. In this case, that thing is basically doubling the damage that our leper is able to do. Ugh. If you're going to have a character that hits like a truck anyway, you might as well make sure he hits like a really big truck. Alright, but now... I'm gonna completely recant that. I got one of them. I need these corpses super out of my way, right? Of course. And I actually hate it when these guys are up front. They have Escape Cloud. Escape Cloud is nasty. So you know what? Let's actually get our speed and dodge up a little bit. Maybe make us a little bit less likely to be hurt by them. Alright, 1 corpse down. We'll continue the dodge route. Ow, anti-venom now. You know what? We have a ton of anti-venom, so why not? And then we do manage to get the blight there. Cool. Also, we still have a ton of anti-venom. So 22, 15, 16. Great. I can live with that. I mean, by the very definition of a healing skill, I can live with that. But, and here comes the Escape Cloud stupidity. At least they both resisted it. Alright. Good night. Oh, not good night. So that's a bit of a problem. If that blights, which it does, you will actually die. And then Crush can still hit you. Got a 3. Yes.
Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Alright. We have plenty of food here. So you know what? Let's just use it to regain a bit of this lost HP. And I can feel pretty good about the way that goes. Old coffin. Hidden treasure. Digging it. Let's see what the scout says. Does it say that we have to go down to here? It does. Ooh. Okay. So I've got 3 fights on that leg. So you know what? Let's never mind. Let's think about this, huh? You know what? Let's use... We don't need any more food. We actually have a shovel taking up an extra slot. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. We'll grab it on the way back when our potential inventory space is a little bit clearer. Totally digging that. Accuracy up. And keep going. Got a trap in an empty room. Probably could use another scout, honestly. What are the odds that both of these rooms up here are empty? Oh no! I could have... in the holy water. This is a call. Don't answer collect calls. Never mind. That was fantastic. Alright, Coco, you do whatever you want to do. Alright? Clearly, you know what you're doing. I am a silly, silly man.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
And the scout. Awesome. Extra awesome. Because I have no desire to deal with those two battles. So, let's just head back the way we came. We'll probably camp in this next room, clear out some inventory space, and then move on. We've got 3 fights left to finish up, and we can keep our... oh, we can keep our buffs for that entire time. How many torches I got? 3? Okay. That'll last.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Decided to feast there largely because food is kind of irrelevant, and also because I want to get Napalm stress down as much as I can. Accuracy and dodge, if religious, less stress damage. Totally. That seems like a fantastic idea. Alright, what do you got for us? Dodge and crit. Okay. We do want to go ahead and try to remove her disease, and then she gets a disease resist for 4 combats. Awesome. And how many time units we got left? 2. Nobody really needs HP. Sorry, Montar. I mean, you're down a little bit, but it's no big deal. Might as well do a companion stress reduction. Just throw out an encourage here. Take off 13. Little bit like inefficient instead of the full 15, but I think we'll live. And that'll do it. Let's just hope that your feeling of being strong and powerful is all we need, and that we don't encounter anything.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Oh, anything that's going bump in the night. And we actually are going to have a 4th combat, as there's something right here as we're backtracking. Lovely. Alright, tell you what. That's slightly inefficient. Oh, wow. Bad dodge. Okay.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
I was trying to do 2 damage to this guy, and then I was basically just going to ignore the bone rabble entirely and just let Blight kill him over 2 turns. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. So let's actually bring him to the point that will work. Get the retribution going, and then focus on these other guys that are a lot more dangerous than some old shoddy skeleton. Shoddy skeleton with a stick, but still a shoddy skeleton. You know what? Why not save 4 damage here? Eldritch Pull, not great. Especially if it lands. Okay. But Coco doesn't take any damage for it, so that's okay. You're gonna die from that, so might as well. Alright. He goes down, they move up, and you get rid of a little bit of that dodge would be great, actually. I can't use Crush from here. And I've still never remembered to redo his skills. I've thought about it like 4 more times since I initially said it, and it has never happened. Alright. You will now die before you can do anything again. So we're just going to take a turn here, and self-heal. Do that, I guess. Why not? And go ahead and bolster everybody. And then throw out, like, 1... Never mind.
Be wary. triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I was going to put on Rampart, which I actually took the time to even level up and then never equipped. Yes, I am the dumb. Okay, I've got a beast carcass here. Should be plenty of spare food. Awesome. Why don't we go ahead and just eat one of the stacks and then get a move on. Alright, still plenty of curios left. I think we've scouted most of this, right? Like, we're probably not going to find a secret room. The medium missions have a 50% chance to have one. The long missions have a 100% chance. So, it's not guaranteed. Just always something maybe good to keep an eye out for.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Thankfully, we've not encountered more of these guys. But I get the feeling we're going to be soaking up a lot of bleed damage. Oh, come on. I thought was, this guy's real squishy. Let's just hit him at first. He's also real dodgy, though. Yeah, it's coming for you again, Napalm. All of the marking, all of the rending. I'm sorry. Just think of it like a hazing ritual, you know? You're the new guy, it's important that we stress you out and everyone targets you. Thank you for landing. Alright. Now, these guys are at least blighted. Yeah, that was a waste. Okay, you know what? Try to stun here.
Decisive pummeling.
Do manage to land it. Unfortunately, escape cloud is now a problem. There we go. Double blight. Beautiful. We do still have 2 antivenoms. Never a better time to use one than now. Alrighty then. Let's hit you. Takes him down to 5. That's very unfortunate. That is one more than the number it needs to be. Use an anti-venom here, and then kill you. Nice. And then... oh, come on. It did damage of 1 to 1, and then it did 0. Now, I don't know about your math, but my math says that that's cheating. Fine. Guaranteed the kill there. And we'll probably just hold on to that anti-venom, considering we're so close to the end of this fight. You're just going to take 2 more damage from it. I'm not super concerned about that. I do need you to land these blows, though. Maybe a little concerned about that.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
That stung. That stung a whole lot. Let's throw out some cures here. Yeesh. Okay. Getting some HP back. Everybody should feel okay. Maybe it's a terrible idea to use that. Nice. Yeah. Note to self. Probably shouldn't mark yourself whenever the enemy has an ability that is so incredibly effective against marked targets. Alright. And we'll throw out some more healing here. And we'll throw out some more healing here. And then you've got 9 HP. Should pretty easily go down, assuming that I could connect, which I couldn't. Yeah, not trying to toy with them. Actually missed an attack. Thanks, though. Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh. Okay. Well, then. We'll just get a little bit of HP back here again. Hope we don't miss and get another stalling penalty. That would be very unfortunate.
Well struck.
Couldn't have done that last time? No? No? Alright, fine.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, know what? That's actually not Hellion only. There we go. It's like, you can't equip it. We'll take the gold. We'll replace the torch. And move on. Pristine fountain. You. Holy water. Yay! All that stress melting away. Okay. Get a move on.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
Remember how I packed 4 shovels and I've needed 1? And I found 1 shovel here? 2 shovels here? I could have actually brought no shovels into the Weald and still been completely fine. What crazy alternate universe am I living in? Ow. Okay. Sorry, Raging Potato. You're taking a little bit of a beating up front. That was not my intention. Oh, come on. Oh, I guess these guys...
How quickly the tide turns.
I guess those guys do have the same blight resist as the fungus guys at 60%. Maybe I should have noticed that. Why do they have such high blight resist? Is that thematically, does that make sense to anybody? Seems a little off to me. Alright, just what I need. Super dodgy opponents. Yeah, that shut you up real quick, didn't it? That's what I like to see. Okay, let's try this again. Never mind. Ow. That stung a bit. You know what? Throw out one of these. Let you remove the bleed from the both of you.
Oh,
thank you.
Strike.
Okay. This could very easily end the fight. It did not, but it could have. Okay. A bolster. Basically stalling for time. Got a little bit of healing here. And thank you, Montar. Thank you, Montar. There we go. Oh no! I did not mean to heal you. I meant to. I'm sorry, Napalm. I'm very sorry. Oh well. It's not so bad. You're gonna take 2 damage.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I got so used to Napalm being at the front of the party that I forgot that he was not at the front of the party. Great. So many rabid gnashers. At least... Oh my god. At least I can blight both of them at the same time. Except I blighted none of them at any time. And we did remove her disease.
Ears.
Remove hers.
The end approaches.
Tell you what, let's get a retribution out there. If these dogs would be so kind as to maybe attack the Raging Potato. Unlikely to happen, huh? Okay, fine. That's something. 3. Can this do 3? It can. Could also miss both of them. Yeah, that seems just as likely. Oh man,
Unnerved, unbalanced,
I hate...
exposed to a killing blow.
I hate fighting for rabid gnashers. It is like the worst fight.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Because apparently their crit chance is through the roof. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We're taking 20 bleed damage there. Okay, time to throw out a battlefield medicine. Thank you. Okay, they've both been cured. We're going to try the retribution thing again, even though it did very little for us last round. Thank you. Okay. It's going to be fine. There's only 2 of them now. And we dodged. That's so much better than it went last turn, where all 4 of them connected. Oh, you are taking way too much bleed damage, though. See? That became so much more reasonable so very quickly. Thank you. But it is totally possible to get into just like a super dodge fest.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
And I really hate getting into super dodge fests with those guys. Alright, we do have a key. Awesome. We'll toss that. And we'll toss that. And we'll call it a day. Alrighty then. All in all, everybody lived.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
And anytime everybody lived, that's totally a success. It's like any weld run you can walk away from is a good run. Decent heirloom haul, decent gold haul. Again, everybody lived. I'd say experience was the greatest reward we got here. Raging Potato and Coco both made it up to level 2. That's pretty important. They're going to take a bit of a staycation for a while.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Alright. Kavoth, of course, spent a week, apparently, in the tavern and recovered 56 stress. Totally cool. So yeah, the most likely outcome here, Coco and the Raging Potato are both going to take a little bit of time off and probably get some negative quirk treatment going on. We do now have a level 4 roster. Can that work? That actually isn't a terrible party comp at all. Like 4, 3, 2, 1 point blank shot. I can see that. Who's the Necromancer Apprentice? Okay, that might totally work. We might start grooming these 4 right here for our first boss run. I can dig it. I can totally dig it. And you know what? Let's pop into our stagecoach. Range by class. What would we need? And could we even take them? We could. We do not currently have a Houndmaster after the poor death of our last Houndmaster, or an Arbalist after the death of our last Arbalist. I could see that working. What would we be giving up? Let's just think this through for a moment. Portraits there. It's in the blacksmith that we don't need. There's your potato. Here is all level 2. So actually, we can get this if we level that up. Okay. Well, then we're not going to be doing a stagecoach upgrade. Let's keep our current deeds for the armor smithing and weaponsmithing, and then we'll get all 4 of those characters that are level 2 right now up to like this rank, which we need weaponsmithing for, before they head into that boss fight. That'll be the plan there anyway. It's not too far away. We just need 9 more for weaponsmithing, and then we might skip on on getting armor smithing up to level 3 before taking the boss run. I think that would be okay. The weapon smithing advantage is probably going to be enough. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more videos on the channel every day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.